Right now, the Michael Myers fanatic has a couple of things that he wants to get off of his chest. Starting with Justin Beam. Hi, Justin, how are you? I'm back. I know you're probably getting sick of me by now, but that's okay. Justin, you and the Michael Myers fanatic, we had a very interesting conversation on Facebook, didn't we? And you said such kind things to the Michael Myers fanatic. However, you were shocked when you found out that he had a bit of a, what did you call it, a fan base. Well, let the Michael Myers fanatic ask you a question. Who did you think he was? Who is it that you thought that the Michael Myers fanatic was, Justin? Did you think that I was just some jabroni on the corner of Know Your Role Boulevard? Did you think that the Michael Myers fanatic was just some jabroni that one day turned on the camera and started talking? No, that's not who the Michael Myers fanatic was. The Michael Myers fanatic was, is, and always will be the embodiment of the true Halloween fan. The Michael Myers fanatic is the voice of the true Halloween fan. That's who he is. Getting to the real reason why I'm here. A lot of people want to talk about Rob Zombie's Halloween, and they all wonder, why do people hate Rob Zombie's Halloween? Well, today is your lucky day. The Michael Myers fanatic is here to answer your question. Why do they hate Rob Zombie's Halloween? He took something and destroyed everything that it was meant to be. But let me give you the real reason why they hate Rob Zombie's Halloween. They hate Rob Zombie's Halloween because it was created in the first place. You see, they wanted Halloween 9. But they didn't get it. Instead, what they got was a white trash family. And that's not what Halloween is. They took everything that we loved about Michael Myers and they destroyed it. They made Michael Myers a emo, sissy, whiny little baby that got butthurt because his sister didn't take him trick-or-treating, so then he killed her. That's why they hate Rob Zombie's Halloween. They hate Rob Zombie's Halloween because the dialogue was just so horrible. Take this for example. There was a scene where Danielle Harris sees Michael Myers and she says to him, "Hey, my daddy's the sheriff, so why don't you go crawl back under your rock?" Really, Rob Zombie? Crawl back under your rock? And then there was a scene where they were like, "I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna skull blank the out of you." I can't repeat it because there are people in the room. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. The dialogue was just awful. Another reason is because of Scout Taylor-Compton. They say that her screams were annoying. You see, the Michael Myers fanatic feels like this. Scout Taylor-Compton didn't really do anything for him either. All she had going for her was her face. She was pretty. There was nothing unique about her. She was just another pretty face. And the one thing that I don't understand is how people could actually get mad because other people hate Rob Zombie's Halloween. Why wouldn't they hate it? You destroyed everything that we love about Michael Myers. And you get upset because people hate the movie. Of course they're gonna hate it. Let me go back over it again. First of all, you created it in the first place. The fact that you even made Halloween, that you remade it, that was your first mistake. Your second mistake was just bad dialogue. Things that nobody ever says unless they're white trash. Nobody ever says that. Nobody ever talks about skull effing someone. Who says that? Nobody says that. And who would say to a perfect stranger, "Hey, my daddy's the sheriff. Why don't you crawl back under your rock?" Who talks like that? Nobody that I know ever said anything remotely close to that. And it's not a racial thing, because I had a lot of white friends and they never said anything like that. They never said anything remotely close to that. So I don't know if Rob Zombie was trying to get some suburban dialogue going on, because nobody that I know talks like that at all. Nobody. Why would you say that to a perfect stranger? He could have been anybody. So that's why people hate Rob Zombie's Halloween. And the last reason is Scout Taylor-Compton herself. She was annoying. She was just another pretty face. And then she had the nerve to say, "Don't make me like Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't want to be like Jamie Lee Curtis." First of all, Jamie Lee Curtis is a legend. And for you not to want to be like her, so some people might take that as an insult for you to say something like that. Don't make me like Jamie Lee Curtis. Well, if you didn't want to be compared to Jamie Lee Curtis, then quite frankly, the Michael Myers fanatic is going to give it to you straight, honey. You shouldn't have played in Halloween. There you go. There's the answer. Because if you play in Halloween and you're playing as Laurie Strode, then people are going to compare you to Jamie Lee Curtis. That's just the way it goes. What did you expect to happen? You say, "Oh, I don't want to be like her," but you're playing in a remake of her movie. Think about what you just said, Scout. It makes no sense. You don't want to be like Jamie Lee Curtis, but you were in Jamie Lee's movie? That makes no sense at all. It was just a very nonsensical and pointless statement. Sort of like your movie career, but we won't go there, will we? Nobody likes it. Why would you expect people to like it? Even Malik Akkad said that that's like sacrilege. Remaking Halloween. So if Malik Akkad says that it's like sacrilege, then why did he allow it to be done in the first place? And I know people are going to say, well, he had no control over it. Maybe you're right. Maybe he didn't. But you know what? If somebody did something to my franchise that I didn't approve of, I would just walk away from it completely. Or I would try to take them to court and fight them. But the fact that he just sat there and allowed it to happen just shows what he thinks of it. He allowed them to do it. He let them do it. He comes to here on YouTube and he says, "Oh, it's like sacrilege remaking Halloween." But what does he do? He let them remake it in the first place. He says it's like sacrilege, but he allowed them to do it. That's like letting somebody rob my house and saying, "Well, it was bad that they robbed my house. Why would I let them rob my house in the first place?" In other words, I'm telling you, the audience, that it was bad that he even let them. It was bad that he even allowed them. It was bad that he even permitted them to remake Halloween in the first place. That in itself was a mistake. And I don't care about how much money it's making. I don't care. The fact is this: we feel like he sold us out. And why? For a couple of greenbacks, money, loot, lettuce, cash. How do you think we're gonna feel? Of course we're not gonna like Rob Zombie's Halloween. And the thing that's so ludicrous is that they actually expected us to like Rob Zombie's Halloween. Why would we like it? Look at what he did to it. That's why we hate Rob Zombie's Halloween. I approve this message.